kunsu na safety se be twa sem kwa se nipa boni di o man so a o man si apini na papa edi o man so a o man no enya nsira kwa efra dum kwa dum it was surprising to know say say dey awokan ayi akoma so dey adwene won say lo entimi emwa azobo ni pere nyina so there should be private public partnership me no kasa se ura abofo kofo dia omo ebeye company kese omo dwan so ma beye car time me research me manage omo ebeye ni ye no misia nkomo ye di no atego omo start omo tuma for nipa about 200 ebe easy unemployment ewo ye mpatem ha me no kasa se ura ye kwamwa ba bia
ye free school aye by university ye obtain your test score ye ni me ho ye be free test score ko te be free take back test score ye SRC elections ye
switch it
see so we know ourselves how do we then get a committee or political grounds here kwa kontoka nc what the mega so me feel say Enra Akwetiano was a peaceful one. I commend the police for that, the IGP and his people, the heavy security there, very commendable. But it's high time I was here. Okay, say Obie Niechia. Say Mwebie ni Macho Man Sembie Nima. Will the police be able
to control the people?
Control? That is the question that we have to ask ourselves. Police need to me ayana. What I say because we have Blikumanova in the glaring of police which you know now. Form
guy not tone how I come to see no team say it was clear
what I say
the police were not more aware and it looks right now and say according to election a police for the crampo is true say boys now with the political parties na chumbe control you because enra azoka ne masawu dey say no omujina ho azoka aso masawu dumu omo di nkomo ya bonasum still I was expecting say enke hona ka police for no be
arrest him because assault.
Do you think say government no I'm not saying say mokramu yebi but then do you think say political parties no mobile power more influence the police for in any other way now because say the police that's they were that's now omusro no more panic some be controlling the boys no
Ghana problem no because politicians need a microcosm of the entire population.
And they want to no.
See, yes, you be kwa kudru.
Yeah.
Yeah, praise you be kwa kudru. Kakra. What I say? Now, metia, ABI, I'm chastising or discrediting these things. Me can't say ma. And say me ACC, me can't say nye. But ABI me do on my, me even do worse.
Yeah.
What they make and I say?
No correct.
Inti many wonu when you was somebody po.
No correct.
But at the end, you be to me, I have found. That is the question that we always have to keep asking ourselves. At the end, party be to me, you be to me, I can say, you got to a bar. Ebi about to crown, you need party leadership be a crowd. Police, one easy for one coins, you got to a man, come.
Yeah.
Emma BBA and see, ya can kind, you naya jatu. The Benny be drew. What I say?
Matthias.
Me feel that there are certain positions and certain institutions that was ye the hands of government from it.
Okay. So what are some of the institutions I would feel say it will see the hands of government
like the
from
police
it?
service.
The police service. They should be independent body.
Yes, media make me feel that.
Just like the EC.
Just like the EC.
And threaten the security of our country.
No. You see, the appointment of an IGP by the president here, I don't have any issue.
Any issue with that?
But there should be some level of protection, autonomy, to the extent that these appointments, like IGP, cannot be controlled or influenced.
Okay.
Though any concern IGP, it may influence, but send the appointment system is here. I feel that I was say. Nanka set up a board. Though the president will have a say in it, but a board to make recommendations. Then the recommendations, the president, together with the council, upon the advice of the council of state, and then come appointing Mubarakwa. But clearly, ABI behind the scenes, and bit me ACD. But if you say IGP or BBI, a president
was all appointed.
And one other thing is that the EIGP now say Nyoma coordinate political party independent members of the political party start shouting.
Okay.
And now more. But we cannot be. You see, we cannot joke with our security.
Yeah, I know.
Kromu apa dia ba kwa de bia aya na meyam hyemi won pa ne se ba bia di agro pa security health and education sector.
Yeah.
To de bia aya na hadwin.
Yeah.
Now e kamia kwa say your health sector no protocol system no security sector protocol system no
very high. A politician influencing those sectors. Yeah.
Wow, opepane akoma pane ade na wo senketimi ma wo kono na ade kwa akoye ode.
Oh yeah.
Ni nyina ka ho bi. We have so many issues to tackle.
Yeah.
But ni nyina say the politics about be rem.
Sure.
Inti politics ni dey about be rem na ma ni ne say ni be si tackle no. Ayede. But I feel that with time it's about generation.
Okay.
It's all about generation. Because this time per generation here we move per generation be our so first now go on to be to me question this at I am bantima.
Yeah.
But this is a generation that we are in. And the obi akran fo obi ahụ. What I say? Who do you imagine say ne obi betimi afa phone? No attra be afa NPP new. No attra be afa flabber aspirant yom pe flabber is mu bi. Because OA no attra be afa bi wo hwa say enti we are obekwa kohwe bi ni na ye adwuma na
and sanity.
What I say be we obekwa kohwe eni na ye adwuma na. You see, we are preaching unity, but genuinely we are not practicing it.
Any lawyer, how do you call? Do you think the NPP as a political party division asset in currently as we speak?
Oh, say one way or the other. Untimin can say division. I say it. I mean, who say interest?
Interest.
Mean can say division because me sure say regardless, the onibube fukura say me nkotoaba.
There's a ubia on the interest within the party.
Yes.
We say I mean okay say or factions within the party. Brand Champion faction Kennedy Japan
those
faction.
Things are normal.
Mahmoud Baumia di
those things are normal.
Those things, 5
because here are be support candidates no. Here are be di omachi.
Yeah.
We never go A or we never go B or we never go C or yeah never. But the point is that when the interest meets the party interest, the one who individual and also yes smart.
Okay.
And
the party interest is the ultimate one.
Yes. Say personal interest, individual interest, meet party interest. Now when it comes into conflict with the party interest, then you should know that party first. The Constitution, Article 3 of the Constitution.
Article 3 of the Constitution.
Yes. You have to defend the party at all costs.
Good name of Ghana. Na afei ena odi atohanoma ahanom Fache TV, Tofiakwa TV. You are live on these particular channels. Nampacho make sure say ubetimi a subscribe ede amayen ewo Fache TV, Tofiakwa TV, and then Time TV, both on YouTube and both on Facebook. But we just comment na fatuo na like FMI na indi jumedi no kama na bibi ntimi nkoye. Sa afi na odi atohanoma kai na share no so na hunu say we the point political show ena woni ene wasuguso a wutie no na me amedi jumedi we ho chiame no ya frame big brother GH the Maestro me na amedi jumedi we ho chiame na mpempi no ya na mede ba na breso exactly 11:30 Mondays, Wednesdays and then Fridays na ya di bibia etimi aba abetudwa e di amount na ene no ensema mede ba no ano edin papa Mustafa Bandi ono the Deputy General Secretary at the NDC or the Insembi Atutudra concerning the NDC and its leadership in 2028 elections and home common ewa hanoma be mu abo videos bi amwahe senebeya onso so onsa ebetimi aka ochefa ewa ene jumedia yeba ebidi no so ewa hanom afrin so no yebeko NPP akache na NPP de bia bebetina ha meka omasem kakra ewa hanom because of say enyema bibri na ekoso wo the NPP to me I feel say because of omwankasa internal wranglings and internal elections able to draw into the 1st January 2026 you know a lot of things and ekoso currently as we speak what the NPP nyema be na ekoso wo the NPP enche bia na Ernest Owusu Bempa ono a deputy communication director edema the NPP edi insembi ebetudwa concerning about near maybe a cost NPP mu enye na eno no end konam so ema NPP for edi krata eba bonten so person mo sanction abrante no na ombuji ne toase akonya edi free sa position na owo no ensem bebre wo hanoma ye de ebetudwa me de letter ne beto so ne di etri mu ama won so no wetimi ate ensem na ye ka anase na afo so no eye honorable Kwame Bafo ono no ye bono regional chairman as far as Bernard Entry-Buesiakon ono so ye Ashanti regional chairman with the NPP no almost so akodi in common about manipulation of the electoral processes ebetimi akoso within the NPP abatwa eda omenim as to who will contest in the as to who will lead the NPP flag bearership race in the year 2026 na sansem no ebeto dwa no na aha ebinum kakra ewo NPP sisi amene ka say eye Kennedy Japan ono so eka omompese omutu franka edema NPP in 2026 no ono so camp ed letter tin ababetudwa concerning the kind of in somewhere abronye any honorable chairman want to me ekokan ya believe say it was purely bad sansem nyina wa ha ena ye babedi ehon komo now the ura NDC for so aso ya when they betimi etu franka no say Yura John Dramani Mahama his excellency e de ne dwuma pa ene na kodie egu foma when they betimi tu franka no e de ama the NDC samria me no ka say honorable Haruna Idrisu lead with a huge margin of points and the sa analysis and stats ni nyina no e betimi aba na onso no wetimi ahwebi na onso wetimi atibi sa fei and now they ato no ma onyira akrampo no one big brother JD Maestro and eba be di juma e with the point political hot show jumedi so makatro jao comment share famame na like it na fama na jumedi na nyame nkwa na me di jumedi na what I say my name is special producer that is Abranti Payao and I di jumedi no ama bibia etimi akoyi. So from this particular time to the next hour of this particular show, no, it is about the point political hosting show, and we are about to delve into most of the conversation now editing Atoja currently as we speak. It's Abranti Mame, one of the voices na Indi and Shasi Indian Komo CCA. And then come on, I don't think I know so Ewa Hano Kawa. Now Yen Shasi on producer. Good. Now I believe say Obibia or the NDC as a political party no AUBNJ say I show clear signal I show clear not only with the NDC but then the Ghanaians as a whole I show clear say Yura His Excellency John Dramani Mahama whether we like it or not when he competes for the next 4 years there's no way so betima competing in the year 2028. So therefore when you look into the speeches and now share in Yema currently as we speak Yera John Dramani Mahama ediegu akwema all the eye edibo mind Ghana, you could easily imagine that he wants to leave a good legacy for the people of Ghana. He wants to leave a good legacy for Ghanaians to follow, and he wants to leave legacy people will understand. Say in the first 4 years when he was the president of the Republic of Ghana, that was in the year 2012 to 2016, with all the accusation, with all the criticisms, and with all the allegations, the boy John Dramani Mahama, when coming in his second term, he has turned a new leaf. He has turned a new leaf, and then he wants to leave a good legacy for the people of Ghana. And so we'll share the kind of policies or the ABBA and what he said in his manifesto during his campaign in the year 2024. It is clear. And then it is actually vividly clear. Say he wants to leave a big legacy for the people of Ghana. But after his presidency and after his tenure, when they lead the NDC in the year 2028. Now, and I started delving into some of these issues, saying, say, typically, so we'll call into the NDC currently as we speak. We are talking about NDC factions no ababeto Idrase. Haruna Idrisu is one particular guy. He has stayed with the NDC political party for quite long. And then he will try as much as possible to contest when John Dramani Mahama leaves that particular office as the president. So he will try as much as possible to come into power and try so on Usubeba Ababidi Akunyanibi. enyo no Haruna Idrusu. So kasa dia fa another person also di dwumadi n'echi acheyi. I'm talking about the political party NDC. Echi acheyi. We are talking about a certain Julius Debra. When Yerua John Dramani Mahama, he first term from 2012 to the year 2016, Julius Debra was once a chief of staff for Yerua John Dramani Mahama. He has been an Eastern Regional Minister before, and then he has actually served the NDC as a political party, not only under Fifi Atameos and John Dramani Mahama, but then he started serving the NDC during Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings' time in 1992, 96, and even 2000. So Oyobia was serving, and then he has actually have that kind of experience in terms of the longevity within the NDC as a political party. Or that kind of podium, or that kind of experience that he can easily do everything for the NDC. Now, so also check the kind of things that are also on the side of Julius Debra. Last 2 weeks outside here, and I was telling you guys, he has started organizing Keep Fit. Keep Fit, indirectly, we know say Keep Fit is normal for people to actually wake up early in the weekends, go about in the streets, and try as much as possible to exercise their bodies. But then the Keep Fit organization now enye baby fakon. So come Madina the following week obohu no nam Teshi, the following week obohu no nam Nungwa, the following week obohu no nam Shiashi, Ixlegon, Adenta, and all these particular localities trying as much as possible to bring in the gap between the NDC grassroots. Not grassroots also Ekon Abedo or no Julius Debra as the person in the year 2028 ultimately the NDC. That has been the clear plan. Also with Julius Debra's side. And Bebrena feel say Julius Debra the president, the current sitting president, is even in support of Julius Debra to become the next president after someone will leave the office. So check out the president A2 baby Obekobiano or Julius Debra trying as much as possible to make sure say coach Julius Debra to be on the right path and then become the next president after Yerua John Dramani Mahama. It is quite obvious. That's to me my end. And from Mimi perspective and from what I have seen, I believe say Julius Debra currently as you speak is trying as much as possible to follow the path of Yerua John Dramani Mahama. Clear on that. No what Cheke Johnson Esiodun Ketia. Debi ameka say open one particular manner, say you can Google that kind of forum. Say open say oko bisa bibia na say open say searching for bibia, oko phone so, oko Google app, ubnia so adebia betimi search bia on sabeka. But that man in the NDC is even more than a Google. Yes. Johnson Esiodun Ketia, the national chairman for the NDC, it is even more than a Google. He has been with this party when Jerry John Rawlings was formulating the party and he was establishing the NDC as a political party. That was the year 1991. He was part of those people. In Tieneno, Sawope the foot soldiers, Sawope in Krofua, since the infancy and since the establishment of NDC, it is Johnson Esiodun Ketia. And I come here and say, all these young guys and all these people are moved from who politicians are moved back into our political scenes. Johnson Esiodun Ketia knows them and knows their background very well. Not only with the people in the NDC, but even the people in NPP. Ashase. And so Baumie dia obetchro baby Baumie free buy obe NPP mo. So bought some of these people, even Julius Debra Haruna Idrusu mo ame pon masem na obetimi atro omase atro kwa mo fa so be run the NDC mo. It tells you that kind of deep knowledge that this man have when it comes to Ghanaian typical politics in our country. Fashe Otilim said this man have tasted victory and have tasted defeat for the NDC. The biggest defeat that the NDC tasted at that time, the man called Johnson Esiodun Ketia was the general secretary for the NDC. The other time I said it over here. Johnson Esiodun Ketia was the general secretary for the NDC at that time. That was from 2012 to 2016. And in fact, the 2016 election, when another Dan Kwekufuado won the election, having that huge margin, against Yera John Dramani Mahama with 1 million votes. Yera Esiodun Ketia was the general secretary for the NDC. He relaxed. When Timian Free Party answer when Timian resigned as a general secretary, but then he even had that kind of guts to convince the grassroots, say he is the general secretary, he has stayed in this particular political party for quite long, and then it is optimistic, say they should give him the nod to become the national chairman for the NDC, and they've given him that nod. The NDC in 2024. One of the biggest things that NCA, and I say NCA in the history of our electoral process, and I say in the history of our elections, the NDC gave that particular history, and it was someone he was being used as the core mandate of the political party, and as the main backbone, as the pillar of the political party, which was Johnson Esiodun Ketia. From 1 million votes, he was able to surpass that record, even had 1.7 million votes ahead of the NPP. It tells you, say, this man has been a great pillar. He has been someone, to me, I call him the NDC go-go man. And it's a upobia, or when him day, or what that kind of experience, he can give you that kind of election victory, smooth election victory. Onim Kasa, the campaign message, is something a kill the opponent campaign message. And I believe Sanka Johnson Esiodun Ketia should have been the person, and also would have been the best person obet melody the NDC currently as we speak. But baby some of the people also believe that Johnson Esiodun Ketia is not that kind of person obet melody the NDC. That is the problem within the NDC currently as we speak. So right now, Haruna Ijusu, Julius Debra, and then Johnson Esiodun Ketia. Let's not forget. So at the time of 2009 to 2012, there was a certain finance minister, Dr. Kwabena Tufo. He was the finance minister within that particular time. And even at the time, Yera John Dramani Mahama air contested for the 2012 election within the NDC as a political party. Dr. Kwabena Tufo contested him, but he lost. And then, per the sources that I'm picking from the ground, say Dr. Kwabena Tufo is likely, say Dr. Kwabena Tufo, able to contested with this kind of flag bearership race within the NDC is also very huge. This is a man, in terms of integrity, in terms of credibility, kumewuni abrantie no ewo integrity sounds of credibility within the NDC. NDC for be brenano e penasem, and they believe say someone obetimi oppose some of the threats. Obetimi oppose threat to NPP as a rival party in any election is Dr. Kwabena Tufo. And per what I'm picking from the grounds, Dr. Kwabena Tufo is likely to also contest against Johnson Esiodun Ketia, against Haruna Ijusu, against Julius Debra. So 4 people in the bit more contested, which is quite good for the NDC. I've said this, NDC ain't mean competitive election. Omunya, one of the biggest competitions we say that in the history of the party since 1992. So it is quite obvious. But when you check about the history of the NPP had quite competitive elections when it comes to flag bearership race, and it's also quite obvious. So in terms of political party, or what that experience will be to over home, I said or 2 internal elections area or betting me coming back arena election, no MPP has shown clearly. So what happened in 1998, what happened in 1999 when there was a huge contest between Jonathan Kufuor and another Danko Akufo-Addo, that Jonathan Kufuor took the lead to become the flag bearership race, to become the flag bearer. No, he won the 2000 election. When you check about 1992, Eduboyen, Kufuor, and the likes of Nana Danko Akufo-Addo, Eduboyen took the lead. But 96, Kufuor came back. So it is quite obvious. Since I will check this number of people, it is quite obvious in the NPP as a political party. But I want you to watch one particular video of the NDC. Mustafa Bandi, Eka Asimbi. And I want you to watch this particular video.
I don't reprimand them. We don't run our party. We don't run our party. You are talking to a deputy general secretary, for God's sake. I was elected to manage this party, and I'm saying that we don't run our party on social media. You see, Ras Mubarak any MP down few hole. The next time they do such a thing, we are going to invite them and reprimand them. We don't run our party. We don't run our party. You are talking to a deputy general secretary, for God's sake. I was elected to manage this party, and I'm saying that we don't run our party on social media. You see Ras Mubarak, any MP down few hole. The next time they do such a thing, we are going to invite them and reprimand them. We don't run our party. We don't run our party. You are talking to a deputy general secretary, for God's sake. I was elected to manage this party, and I'm saying that we don't run our party on social media. You see Ras Mubarak, any MP down few hole. The next time they do such a thing, we are going to invite them and reprimand them. We don't invite them and reprimand them. We don't run our party. We don't run our party. You are talking to a deputy general secretary, for God's sake. I was elected to manage this party, and I'm saying that we don't run our party on social media. You see Ras Mubarak, any MP down few hole. The next time they do such a thing, we are going to invite them and reprimand them. We don't run our party. We don't run our party. You are talking to a deputy general secretary, for God's sake. I was elected to manage this party, and I'm saying that we don't run our party on social media. You see Ras Mubarak, any MP down few hole. The next time they do such a thing, we are going to invite them and reprimand them. We don't run our party. We don't run our party. You are talking to a deputy general secretary, for God's sake. I was elected to manage this party, and I'm saying that we don't run our party on social media. You see Ras Mubarak, any MP down few hole. The next time they do such a thing, we are going to invite them and reprimand them. We don't invite them and reprimand them. We don't run our party. We don't run our party. You are talking to a deputy general secretary, for God's sake. I was elected to manage this party, and I'm saying that we don't run our party on social media. You see Ras Mubarak, any MP down few hole. The next time they do such a thing, we are going to invite them and reprimand them. We don't run our party. We don't run our party.
For the NEC's Fifi Kwete, Dr. Fifi Kwete, and the General Secretary of the NDC, and the Deputy Secretary, Mustafa Bandi. Now, NEC who has in America, that's the reason why I'm about this video. Another video be a message about Sembi Kakra. Now, utie Mustafa Bandi interview Koye ewo yenuanom asempa asweya. It was quite obvious. Say he was furious as to the reason why I believe say some people are on social media and they feel say the national executives of the NDC is in support of Julius Debra, and some of them also believe say, especially or no Mustafa Bandi, they believe say right now the leader of the National Democratic Congress is Yera John Dramani Mahama. And whether they themselves as national executives, they like it or not, say Yera John Dramani Mahama ekase nipa we na opa omonfa ho, they will support the person. Say Yera John Dramani Mahama kase ope Johnson Esiodun Ketia, they will support Johnson Esiodun Ketia. The same thing. So okase ope Haruna Idruswa, he will support, or that's they will support Johnson, and that's they will support Haruna Idrusu to that particular level. So currently, say who check in Commander Mustafa Bandi Ekodi Ewo Asempana, he was very furious about some of the people, especially Ras Mubarak, former MP under the name of the NDC. In Sembium Kotina social media, extra Troye, and the far NDC and also the national executive as to say they are trying as much as possible to manipulate the next flag bearer of the NDC to favor Julius Debra. And he feels it wasn't necessary for Ras Mubarak and other people to go on social media and then do some of the things. That's the reason why when you look into the video, when you watch the video very closely, he was saying, we don't run NDC as a political party on social media, and that is quite good. because these are some of the things that I see within the NPP. And some of us, we did caution the NPP. Senyamana Ekoso, when you check about some of the things, people will go on social media writing all sorts of things to defame the political party. And I think, sir, what Mustafa Gbandi is saying, or what he said, he was actually trying to have that kind of elaboration. Say, we don't run NDC as a political party on social media. If you feel, say, you are in grief, you don't support some of the things that the NEC, the national executives, are doing, you can write a petition. You can write a letter to petition them and ask for some of the necessary things that they are doing, because he believes, as a deputy general secretary, they run the political party based on their constitution. And they will never do something that it will go contrary against the constitution of the NDC as a political party. So, o checking Mustafa Gbandi sem na oka na amina na ni abre. And onim say o tie ni nsem ni dia, you could clearly imagine say any NDC no say be o checking the grassroots now. They have some people are likely they want those people to lead the political party. That's where the problem is. When the grassroots wants their own flag bearer, and then the national executive also have their almost one flag bearer, supposedly, also be leading the political party in the next future. That's a sa treno, and that's a sa choice no and committee from the grassroots to the NECA. The problem it happened with the NPP. It showed clear during their race last year. It was clear. Said Dr. Mahmoud Baumia was the favorite of the NEC of MPP, while the grassroots also liked Alan Shrematen to become the next leader after Nana Danko Kufuado. Uncle Sisano and Amayira Alan Shrematen a free NPP mo, a resign free NPP mo, equity in the movement for change. We saw it and it was quite clear. MPP mo chair, and it affected them much in the 2024 election. And the kind of bruise that this election had caused to the NPP. See, it will take them several years for them to heal this kind of bruise. And the NDC shouldn't be on that same tone. Sometimes, I always say this, when you talk about these political parties, then you are trying as much as possible to make people feel. Say either you hate them, but we don't hate anybody. But we are always trying to say, as NDC, as NPP, there are two NPP on the co-opposition. No? The NDC on about incumbent and that's on about back to power. No? Shouldn't also repeat the same mistake, just like what the NPP did. That led them. The opposition currently as to speak. The neglection of the grassroots choice, how they managed to abuse some of the people with the NPP. How they neglected some people who financed the NPP as a political party, and how they opposed a candidate on the grassroots, and one of the problem. And I come here and say NDC is also trying to set that same tone. That is what Mustafa Gbandi, when he went to Asempa, saying say John Dramani Mahama Ekasope candidate A, Omo NEC also will support the decision of John Dramani Mahama. No, it was a total mistake from Mustafa Gbandi to sit on air and say those kind of things. I don't agree with him. With all that he said, that we don't run a party on social media, I support him. We don't run a political party on social media. Political party is being run with its constitution and how it will be managed. I support with that idea. But saying, say, when the decision comes from His Excellency, say or no, I best support it. Either one of these candidates, for that one, dear, I don't support. Say I was saying Kobabo and Tembeka Asam no. I'm not in support of that. Because when it becomes like that, people within the NPP, people within the NDC will try say, oh, that means, Yera John Dramani Mahama, or impose a particular candidate on the NDC. Now, about mame figures we mame ni ending kakra. Now, so we check Global Info Analytics. They've brought up one particular, start beyond I feel so we need to have the conversation. We need to keep the conversation going. Now, according to the Global Info, upon their survey, Makacho said definitely we'll have Haruna Idrusu contesting. Johnson and Stephen Ketia will also come in. Julius Debra will come in. Dr. Kwabena Dofo will come in. And even the Minister of Finance, Dr. Kesel Atoforsan, will even want to stand, Charlie. The NDC will become sweet. Annie. Now, Pacho Somame, so that also according to Global Info Analytics, Haruna Idrusu, pay almost of your money, Haruna Idrusu is leading. Yeah. Haruna Idrusu is leading with 30%. That's the choice of the grassroots. It's grassroots, no choice, no. Most of them are in support of Haruna Idrusu. And they believe that he is someone who can cause certain things within the NDC as a political party currently as we speak. Yes. And in common baby and common aqua drew no. Baby and common aqua drew for the NDC no. It's about Haruna Idrusu being the person to lead the NDC, and that is what Global Info Analytics for AD Hong Kong currently as we speak. But unim Soundcroft Global Info for you. Now we be Hong Kong catch us say almost over 3 times on my for the NPP. Kennedy, a Japan, Compreko Japan is leading with the NPP. 2 times that Kennedy a lead. The third one on Moye no, and a swing from Kennedy to Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. But I know Crampono, they gave a notice say, so we'll check it with the NPP owner. Most of the national executives no wants Baumia to come. And even majority of Ghanaians wants Baumia to lead. But so we'll check it the grassroots of NPP. So we'll conduct this survey. They will tell you that they want Kennedy Japan to lead the New Patriotic Party. That was the Global Info Analytics, what they brought. And so we'll check out with Mustafa, with what they've brought up in NDC. According to them, Dr. Kesel Atoforsen, the numbers no were form very, very, very low. And then Johnson and Stephen Ketia follows after Papa Efrense Mustafa, Haruna Idrusu. So Haruna Idrusu was 30%. Johnson Esiodun Ketia was 24% currently as we speak. Johnson Esiodun Ketia was 24%. So I will check Haruna Idrusu Diano to Johnson Esiodun Ketia clearly a 6% margin and a dot omuntem sisimria meno ekase. Now say o check Esiodun Ketia dia Dr. Kesel Atoforsen Enzo Kra 18%. It's any currently the NDC, the northern part of the people or the northern part of Ghana will try as much as possible. The delegate from the northern part will try as much as possible to vote for Haruna Idrusu. Then Johnson Esiodun Ketia, the Bru region and some parts of the Shanti region will try as much as possible to also vote for Johnson Esiodun Ketia. And Dr. Kesel Atoforsen, people from Central region and people from Western region will try as much as possible to also vote for Dr. Kesel Atoforsen. So it's going to be a clear competition. 18% for Kesel Atoforsen and then 24% for Johnson Esiodun Ketia. But as for Julius Debra, I'm yet to know what Julius Debra will hold when it comes to the percentages. And currently, as we speak, the grassroots, what they want Julius Debra to become. It's a clear competition. And NDC is going to be sweeter than what we have already expected. And I think, say, the ECOSO NDC currently as we speak. Now, let's move on to the next topic. Abrante, Nyindin Komokakra. Now, for the first picture, etoso emame na Nyindin Komo. Now, say, o cheke NPP currently as a speaker. The neck and the insembi ebaye ebedi nkomo se omobema Ernest Owusu Bempa, the deputy communication director for the NPP. They will try as much as possible to suspend him from the political party because of the utterances and in Insembia or Keka to me. Enye and I said to NPP neck no enye no they will try as much as possible to suspend him. It's a branch SSR. I mean, let an eye ready. A photo so na indi hum komos here. I think some one who follow me on my social media. No, I think 4 or 5 days ago, but they started to way Ekotoso, and then I said, "O cheke and the Usu Bempa and the decision at NPP 4% or more na." I said it on my social media account, say it is not good for the NPP because they are setting bad precedent. And the bad precedent that they are setting, no, it will go against them. When people start to understand, say, currently, no, NPP, they are trying to favor one particular candidate. Because the Deputy Communication Director, no, has made it point clear, say he is in support of Kennedy Japan. And he comes from the Kennedy Japan site, or that's a Kennedy Japan camp. Now, Sabante de Atoso dia, yen ready farmer etie for na yendi enkomo kakra ewo ho. Because sa enkomo no eyemede se ewo se yedidi sa enkomo no. Now, sa wo check the daso na. Or say the leadership of the party has observed with grave concern the conduct of Mr. Owusu Ernest Bempa, Deputy Director of Communications. Okay, so the Secretariat has further received formal petitions from party members demanding his removal from office in line with due process and considering that his appointment was made upon the recommendation of National Executive Committee and subsequently approved by the National Council. The matter has been formally referred to the National Council for appropriate consideration and determination. Now, as I will read the party reaffirms its unwavering commitment to upholding discipline, safeguarding its values, and ensuring that all matters are handled with fairness and transparency. Thank you, Justin Kodua Frimpong, General Secretary in Otroye. Now, according to the letter now NPP4 a release year, that was September 24th, 2025, and then 29th September, so that was 5 days ago, and we released this particular letter. Now, Oshe letter no omu edia abeto dwana, almost some people within the party, that's the party faithfuls, and our petition the neck, say upon some of the conversations, as a communications be war, and as the Usu Bempa, I did in common wa bonteno, and common suspended no, and I said call omuni didn't free in the position, na omumani free political party name. But hey, what check the constitution of NPP? The Deputy Communication Director was given that particular position based on the National Executive. Yes, he was given that particular position based on the National Executive. No, appointed. No, but he was appointed to become the Deputy Communication Director for the New Patriotic Party. So when it comes, says of launching the rules and regulations of the Constitution, that's what they believe. Say he cannot be a good contender as a Deputy Communication Director for the New Patriotic Party. He should be removed, and Omwakasine be removed with the enforcement. The National Council for the Beba no masum no muti apamo Abranten in the free office. Now Abranten are making it clear, so no, he belongs to the NPP. Sorry, he belongs to the Kennedy Japan camp. But say who checking and saying in Sembia choir first, mamin throw back kakrana wanting near maybe as well. Now say who call NPP moi. Abranten way defended Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia last year when the NDC were trying as much as possible to tarnish the credibility of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Secondly, NDC Babemuno, Yera Sami Jemfi, nan say, Ninsem be a buy with dollars okuyi ye edema, Yamami agrada. NPP came out, say, in Yamana Sami Jemfi no, it wasn't good. etinka or yen petition government non share saying investigation about Sammy Jemfi or call good board or dollars edited check. And this particular boy, and this particular man, went on most of the traditional media saying, say, he understand. So what Sammy Jemfi did was very, very, very bad. But he is not in support of some of the NPP leaders saying, say, you're petitioning the office of the president. Now you're asking for the removal of Sammy Jemfi from the gold board. This was his sentiment. Or say, so what you Sammy Jemfi or you mebunu and answer yes, or qualify to become a youth. And he has given that particular position based on what he can do and perform for the NDC. So he believes say also ye mebunu ni bi that should be say MPP eba power na say man position. That's a sign ye many betu na. So will you ask say onu ye mebunu no ye remove no from that particular position and that was his statement. But if say Koba say Sammy Jemfi akodi sika, Sammy Jemfi am mismanage the gold board, Sammy Jemfi aye nyeme bia enya, and Kasebi he will try as much as possible to come out and then condemn that act and even make sure say Onwakasa as an individual will write a letter to the office of the president to seek for the removal of Sammy Jemfi from the gold board. That was his statement. And no, some people within the NPP were not in support. Said the NDC leadership try say Omeko Santokwano as a deputy communication director, he did not support the NPP. Maybe I don't have problem with what Ernest Owusu Bempah was saying. But to me, what he was saying was legit. And it made sense to me. Now, so what check NPP? NPP to me. I believe say it is favoring one special candidate. I haven't mentioned anybody's name here. I'm saying say it is favoring one special candidate. Or no eka niemebia and I say omuye niemebia sebi favor that particular candidate. No, mame mount in fact. Now MPP time omo submit omo forms when it comes to the flag bearership forms omo take here no that day obi or share omo social media biana can attest the fact say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ye streaming ne dear live on all NPP social media platform beboa mon kasa meboa adentina Canada Japan ne dear airba no anaso all for the forms and also all submitting the forms no mainstreaming Canada Japan dear with the social media handles or mainstreaming. But when it was about Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, they streamed it live on their social media handles. And how they supported Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia at that time, no. Ekame said, na other candidate, Brian a champion was part. They did not stream his submission. Or streaming in live. Oko pekene forms, or streaming in live. At that time, or streaming in live. And people were not in support of that. Even including me. I came and then I sat here saying, say, the MPP 4 year at that time, no, it was purely not good. Now, we are in your particular political party. And people are trying as much as possible to say they are favoring someone whilst ignoring some of the contestants or meet me to franca and my political party. No. And you want me to believe, say, NPP as a political party, moon show favoritism to one particular person. No. Now, two original chairmen, as your many, some more supported Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. No two ways about that. Better than Chibu Esiako, the regional chairman for Ashanti region. And then Kwame Bafo, the regional chairman for Bono, Oyinenim, so almost supported Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And to Akote TV BFN TV. Sebi Otnaswa, Odi Obia Temsta BAB, can send BI, BIB, or Honum, no two ways about that. But if I see it, say he belongs to the NPP. He belongs to the NPP. if it is because of internal wranglings, if it is because of internal elections, also with NPP, you will come out and then tarnish an opponent that is either Canadian Japan, Brian Champon, and Nasa Kwabne Japan. You will tarnish their image. In a long while, it will go against the political party. Because all tarnish Canadian Japan image, say Canadian Japan, a winning election, sa in some now kafa Canadian Japan, will you stand on most of the podium to campaign for Canadian Japan? That's a big question. Will you stand on this podium to campaign for Canadian Japan? That is a big question. That's what I'm saying. You say those people within the political party, maybe they are in support of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and then the NPP neck almost a mute, and they are not saying anything about it. Share Enchebia. And Kwame Bafo, the regional chairman for Bono, and Ashanti regional chairman, that is Dr. Honorable Wuntumi, about Bontin specifically saying, say, they will try as much as possible to manipulate. In fact, they will manipulate the electoral process of the NPP. Abrante sa video no me send last, but sa video no BNT. What Abronye said. He said they will manipulate. Be yi bebredi ye free. They so mo kono mo ka so mo kwa koto abana enya de so omenya o de muntie video no bra na me meto aso.
Me na me ye ho aduma. Abon na wa no region no eduru say ye kwa police station abon na me na me ye ho aduma. Enti wa wote wasa platform so aso kope MPB atunu ebeduro na din nim because won to be. Me say won to be. When it samu pass abon ni nso aba no won to be because me nya sore ne nya ti free na ye mfa ahoma ntwem akire. Ade se me kwa koduru ba bia se me ka kire ka no me ye apostle Joseph me ka break nim nti ka ne kwa me de me nsa boka no mu anaka na nkasa agina me nye break ntum nti me ka se won to bia polling station one me make sure say it's a matter of phone call nam si nipa tumasi mon kra na free system no me no wa wie ati mun nya dede no. This is not the first time me na me ye ho aduma. Abon na wa bono region no eduru say ye kwa polling station abon na me na me ye ho aduma anti wa wote wasa platform so aso kope MPB atunu ebeduru na din nim because won to be me say won to be when it samu pass abon ni nso aba no won to be because me nya sore ne me nya ti free na ye mfa ahoma ntwem akire. Ade se me kwa koduru ba bia se me ka kire ka no me ye apostle Joseph me ka break nim nti ka ne kwa me de me nsa boka no mu anaka na nkasa agina me nye break ntum nti me ka se won to bia polling station one me make sure say it's a matter of phone call nam si nipa tumasi mon kra na free system no me no wa wie ati mun nya dede no. This is not the first time me na me ye ho aduma. Abon na wa bono region no eduru say ye kwa polling station abon na me na me ye ho aduma anti wa wote wasa platform so aso kope MPB atunu ebeduru na din nim because won to be me say won to be when it samu pass abon ni nso aba no won to be because me nya sore ne me nya ti free na ye mfa ahoma ntwem akire. Ade se me kwa koduru ba bia se me ka kire ka no me ye apostle Joseph me ka break nim nti ka ne kwa me de me nsa boka no mu anaka na nkasa agina me nye break ntum nti me ka se won to bia polling station one me make sure say it's a matter of phone call nam si nipa tumasi mon kra na free system no me no wa wie ati mun nya dede no. This is not the first time me na me ye ho aduma. Abon na wa bono region no eduru say ye kwa polling station abon na me na me ye ho aduma anti wa wote wasa platform so aso kope MPB atunu ebeduru na din nim because won to be me say won to be when it samu pass abon ni nso aba no won to be because me nya sore ne me nya ti free na ye mfa ahoma ntwem akire. Ade se me kwa
abronye video na me ma ekohwe no. And video ne babonte most of the people are also saying say just like the NPP National Executive did to Ernest Owusu Bempah, asking say ebetimi suspended from the party, as ebetimi suspended from his position as the Deputy Communication Director for the party. No, they should do the same to Abronye and Chairman Wontumi. And for Chairman Wontumi case no crampo there, allegedly, he has said it on countless times. And Abronye also video no my body actual no. So what is the NPP National Executive doing about it? Now, we will let it be or may release it at the Ababonting, trying to tell the public, and also trying to tell the NPP delegates say they will make sure say it will be, the election will be free and fair, without anybody trying as much as possible say obetimi a hack system, and as obetimi delegates be doing free and as electoral process no obetimi a distort some process ni be. So they are trying to create some fair balance from what Abronye said. But this is not the letter that I was expecting from the national executives of the NPP. This wasn't what I was expected. Someone, on countless times, this same Abronye sat on his Ohia TV. Bishop Duncan Williams at him. This same man went ahead to insult the IGP and even as a matter of fact insulted the president of the Republic of Ghana. Yedi Abronye free Yokuba. Nansina ye jana oba. Oba ye no makika nsembe bre obia enso so but for way there the NPP National Executive should understand say someone coming out to say they will try as much as possible to temper the registration process, to temper people like register in the books on Betuaba coming January 31st. No, I don't think this was the letter it was say in NPP the Barbonting. And come the Barbonting no, and they should have said because of what Abronye Kwame Bafu said, because of what Chairman Wontumi said, we are trying as much as possible to suspend you for quite a number of months from the NPP, and then we are trying to make an investigation about your statement that you made. But because, what I am seeing, I am seeing, what is going on within the NPP, and come and say favoritism be here, so the camp, because we belong to the camp of Baumé, they are not. And I say Besen Kokoye the other camp, either Brian Champon, either Kennedy Japan, or either any of these candidates, camp member, and Ababontinga by Sanya Manadia, and the whole people will attack that same person, which is not good. It is not good for the party. And it doesn't help. If you want to establish democracy within your political party, it is not good. Now, so I want to check letter now MPP the Barbontin. I said the national executive the Barbontin now. I'm going to prefer to some many the home komokakra. Now, you check in some Maestro at the far in some and as a video about Barbontin, and you will understand say this wasn't the necessary thing now. Now was like NPP at the Barbontin. Now, what check here or say new political party reaffirms commitment to fair democratic processes. Listen, Ubia Barbonting, Babronye Mabu video. So, obe temper registration process. Obe manipulate ye amount for DA frame. Not the NPP, National Executive. More the letter Barbonting, fine. You want to claim, say, more the free and fair Barbonting. But Nippon or yes, I wasn't come, more addressing no. Nipa no can't answer no. Wasn't come addressing no. Now the headline as the topic for this particular letter is a new political party reaffirms commitment to fair democratic processes. Fine. Mami reading from now. The national leadership of the new political party urges the public and its stakeholders to disregard recent public pronouncements by Ashanti Regional Chairman Mr. Bernard Ntribus Yakun and the Bono Regional Chairman, Mr. Kwame Bafo, popularly known as Abronye DC, as their statement do not represent the ideals and practices of the party. The party wishes to categorically state that no individual, irrespective of rank or position, has a monopoly or unilaterally control over the compilation of polling stations' album. For the avoidance of doubt, the compilations of polling stations' album strictly adheres to established compliance procedures. The National Secretariat will, at the appropriate time, issue clear and transparent guidelines, protocols, and procedures designed to safeguard integrity, credibility, and fairness at every stage of the process. Now, so already at the bar, what the NPP is trying to say is that they are not in support of what Chairman Wontumi said, and they are not in support of what Abronye DC also said. Fine, good for the party to release a statement to distance themselves from the statement that Abronye and Chairman Wontumi edidi ho nkomo. But more distance myself edi fra Abronye and Chairman Wontumi hono. What are you doing to these individuals? It is creating a perception. It is creating a perception. Now, I can't say such a dear friend so be catch us a dentime won so as ya. I mean, obedi na chinie. Undi na chinie. Undi na chinie da. Because these people also constitute the National Council and they constitute the NEC. Although the National Executive know what, but when it comes to some of the priority meetings, you will consult the regional chairman to also come at hand. And because of some basic communication between the NEC, some people in the NEC, unbelievers said they are trying to manipulate the processes. They are trying to manipulate the electoral processes within the NPP. Didn't you know? They will come out and say that. And what they are saying, they mean it. They mean what they said. It's a matter of more distance myself from the statement that Abronye and Chairman Wontumi said that what are you doing about almost a personality and what they said that tarnishes the NPP image. That means election number 2 in January 31st, it has even lost its credibility. They are tarnishing the image of the NPP. And NPP NEC must be mute. You are not saying anything about it. But Ernest Owusu Bempa, any man ya dream when same be hono, more petition the National Council, see the Tofiakwa Konya, which is quite bad because he belongs to a certain camp. If you want to treat everyone equal, just like you said in your statement, say no one has the monopoly power to manipulate the system of NPP, and no one surpasses the power of NPP. No, the same thing. Munye enfama Owusu Bempa. Someone really, and some person who in a Tofiakwa the free NPP more. The same thing. Abronye and the Chairman Wontumi nyama no moye or NPP mono. You should call them to order. Call them to order. So may you mean some more support to Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. Fair be enough. They should support him. Someone too is also supporting Kennedy Japan. Obiso support to Brian Champon. And Obiso so air supported, Mr. Kwabene Japan. Dr. Yao Educhum, the former education minister, among also air supporting. But currently as you speak, if you are trying as much as possible to us more Martins and equal within the political party, then baby a party headed towards it will even be more shameful of what happened in the 2024 election. Now the team can Japan and so release almost statement and about the preference to Somami. Now you need to home come CCR. Kennedy Japan also release the team of Kennedy Japan, the camp of Kennedy Japan so release almost statement at the about Abonting. Now the statement was released yesterday, that's 28th September 2025. And it goes like this. Press statement. Sanction Ashanti and Bono Regional Chairman for gross anti-party conduct. For gross anti-party conduct. And I read, or say our attention has been drawn to two disturbing videos circulating on social media in which Mr. Bernard Entribo Esiako Chairman Wuntumi and Mr. Kwame Bafo Abronye, regional chairman for the Ashanti and Bro regions, respectively, are heard alleging manipulation of NPP electoral register and processes to favor a particular candidate ahead of January 2026 presidential primaries. These comments amount to gross misconduct and grave violation of the party's constitution. Abrante, fa we need to so be brave, mami.
Me de mensa boka no mu anaka na nkasa gina me nye break ntum nti me ka say won to bia polling station ho no me make sure say it's a matter of phone call.
Baby, I am a devil when they quoted the constitution with article and what that constitution in the article says. The article in the constitution says. Now, let me read the second paragraph for you. I say these comments amount to gross misconduct and a grave violation of the party's constitution. Article 4 and 7. They do not only damage the reputation of NPP as a democratic institution, but also directly threaten the credibility and the unity of the upcoming presidential election. So what kind of call the third paragraph? Omuko to the NPP constitution, that's Article 10, Section 3 and then Section 4 of the NPP constitution. Now almost also edited in Komoho. Then you say Tim Kennedy Ebu Enyoso about the recent comments Ashanti regional chairman and Ebron regional chairman Abronye DC and chairman Wuntumi Babontin cast on manipulate the electoral process of the NPP. Register when it comes to the election a bit Mamasono. It is just simple. What the Tim Kennedy is saying, I support them. And I know very well some people, so only will be going to contest. Now so will be free the other camp because we will manipulate the election. It means clearly the credibility and integrity of the election has already been lost. And so Korea say na say yekoto abani wie na say NPP koto abani wie na NPP mmebruni bi ba bonten the grassroots comes out to say NPP nyama na omofo aso eto aba na say according to them no ye bebredi afri bebrene ntimi anto aba na bia, then definitely they will actually complement what people were saying about the NPP register and what they were saying about the election. That's what I'm saying, sir. So we'll check in Yamana Echoes within the NPP calendar as a speaker. So the National Executive Council had come out to distance themselves about the statement that Abronye and Chairman Wuntumi said that then they should call them to order. Just like they've called Ernest Owusu Bempah to order, try and say they will suspend him from the political party. No, they should do the same thing for Ernest Owusu Bempah. Sorry, yes, for Ernest Owusu Bempah. They should do the same thing to Chairman Wuntumi. They should do the same thing to Abronye, because they are not powerful than any individual within the NPP as a political party. They are not powerful than any individual within the NPP as a political party. Now, this is where I draw my curtains to today's program, and then subsequently on Wednesday, we will try as much as possible to bring you a special guest, and then we will have a deliberate, an intellectual discourse about, Wednesday's program. But Etiwa West, and I say Etiwa East, Wednesday, Meko Akudin Komo Kakra. The MP, current MP, and the MC, a clash at the time na MP no ebe inaugurate a new AstroTurf according to her on one kasa etimi akọ bageni enya sika edia developing AstroTurf edia ma etiwa for no. I mean the MCE say ompene Emma MP no inaugurate AstroTurf no, and it led to big confusion between the Etiwa MP and then the MCE at that particular material time, which is quite not good. Now, or MP Pinsen same way as why I say Oko Eastern Regional 23 members of parliament are belonging to NPP no. Emu maku 15. Emu maku 15. Atro almost support Ediama Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. I think the video no cry ewo honom. Sankarbrand people say video na kedi no apon. O metro almost support Ediama Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. MPs yeah. MPs maku 15. Etro almost support Ediama Bawumia. But what I'm trying to say is say the MPs wouldn't vote. The MPs are not only people are only voting. The delegates have the power. Say 15 MPs etro support them one particular candidate. It might be say any yana say ni pay ni so no o ma show many so more support we baby anim dey win the ni three. Sir John will tell you that fear delegates. Sir John will tell you that fear delegates obey ni so pewasem but unim dey win the three. It's no crampo there. Mani nyemi hu anase embo obi ehu ewo NPP nim say 15 MPs in about 23 MPs omo Eastern region emu maku 15 etro support the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and no cry the embo mi hu sa anase embo MPP for no hu sa because delegate will vote. It is a delegate who will vote, not the MPs. They will try as much as possible to have an influence within the delegate, but at the end of it all the delegate will vote. I will say video neither so. Mo video ni bi kakra.
No wa jitumi no e de ama MPP 2028. Enam senti yes say obia wa hia ha, obia wo ha bia omen kan humbom if you say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and MPP se sia ye de ne ko abato a ye betumi awi ni abato no ni yenya presidency no ye damase nyame hira mu nyina yen a ye MP sa ye wo Eastern region ha ye 23 out of 23 no emu 15 MPs ena etai Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia chi na ni enti a etai na chi ni se ye hu ni se ono ne obi a MPP yetumi aton no ama Ghana for all these years wabaye second to the president and I say wabaye vice president wabaye running mate 3 times I vice president 2 times enti ye hwe wo mo a omne na pre no a obi eni ho a ye ka se amanyosem obi a obetumi e de party na ko power na watumi ebu omani ya omubie ni ho a oni no ese endam senti yen 15 a ye wo MPP a sorry ye wo Eastern region ha ye 23 emu 15 ye nyina ya kan ho abom se ye tai Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia chi na wako 2 franka no na wagitumi no e de ama MPP 2028 endam senti ye stress obia wa hia ha obia wo ha bia ome
emu maku 15 supported Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia saying say they want him to lead the NPP as a patriotic party in the year 2028 election. It's quite obvious. Makawa had that. Say already also with NPP now. I mean, people are trying. Say omu a baby bidiama a supposed candidate. Quite good. No two ways about that. But Global Info Analytics Fund to be Babontin say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, according to Omu survey, no, he will lead the NPP in the 2028 election. Good days ahead. Good days ahead. Good days ahead. But then I'll try to read some of the messages about na yede and jubedi no etimi esi. So producer betimi ama mensaka and then messages na nanka edidi nkomo kakra ewo ehonum. This is what we have to be good and then celebrate about because of say niema na ekoso no ene mwadwen che na modi aba no ewo se etimi didi ho nkomo kakra. Was it did home komo kakra near ready na amount phones so etimi edi enkomo na we free Silver Sports Annex. I say he deserves bro. And that was he was talking about yes, he was talking about General Mosquito. I say okay, also okay. I believe General Mosquito would definitely lead the NDC. Okay. So that's Silver Sports Annex. Then in four for Douglas, and so in the or say Silver Sports and it's fully packed. We shall get there with time. On one side, so the above me Yoko and all three ewo honum. Or say here, dear, we prove always not like them. What say ho Maestro in four for Douglas? Me dance pa King Konyame also say more fire. Or also say more fire. And also so a buy a lot of messages naba, but be reading in a amamo na bibia etimi ako in safi na also join ya foul messages ebra na yen kenkan emfa maw na bibia etimi enkoyi emfa maw. But just like I was telling you, mami too for na me fa manu asem say we are say abrabo na ye bono enyem reketu. We are saying about bono and you make it too. When you be in the competition, run your own race at your own path. Run your own race on your own path. The moment that you start to compete with someone in your mind, no, ube lose race no. Race no ube lose. Ye the office ube timi aye. And more be top pressure mount. Ye the office will be to me aye. Na erade nyankopon emfa so emfa nshraw. Aha, and I made the point you made no ABC. Bidin and the big brother GH the Maestro Jubedie we no utimi efa na life. And that's utimi nya na life e wo Tofiakwa TV on YouTube and also on Facebook. Was also enya no Fache TV on YouTube and also on Facebook and Time TV also on YouTube. On YouTube, yes, unya our Time TV. Me am Jumedi we chairman your friend Big Brother GH the Maestro. And I'm kwana and me di enkomo. Me special producer. Yes, the special executive producer for the Point Political Hotty Show. That is Abrantepa Yaw Success. And that me no edi enkomo and me who say chairman microphone abijina so come up. Na mamindo BBS say utimi spend our time now. Utimi ebetimi share the man na or subscribe the man. But in for Douglas, what's a bundle long? Mate. Best say no bundle amount. Best say no bundle. Eddie awa na bibia ATV akoyi Eddie awa. But jam watch na was special birthday be Eddie mami I'm a special person. Yes, I'm a special birthday, I'm a special person. Or shall be ba one kasano. Ubetimi atenen kamefia nyameboa Wednesday eyo nyamo che mefia birthday by Wednesday ye be belated birthday no e wa hanu me bietimi akoye so ye be di nkomo nyamo watch na but for now no me de obepim aha the Point Political House Show e call live or Tofiakwa TV Fache TV Time TV nyameboa Wednesday same time same day ye be share na edidi nkomo ewa